In today's Umamusume video, I want to talk about something that allowed me to experience the game almost how it's supposed to be played and how it's supposed to feel, and allowed the game to show me the flexibility that is in the game. And so today's topic is going to be the importance of unlocking your borrow slot. If you enjoy the Umamusume content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll go ahead and get started. Now, what does a locked borrow slot look like? Very simply, it looks like this. If you have to take Kitasan Black to all of your decks and that is your borrow slot every single time, sorry to say, but you have a locked borrow slot. Now, you, in the future, very soon, will be able to turn around and either pull for Kitasan Black, or you can re-roll for Kitasan Black later in the month of December 2025. An unlocked borrow slot would look something like this. I have the foundation to enable me to hit certain benchmarks every single time, or almost every single time, consistently, so that way I can turn around and say, oh yeah, if I want to try maybe some power cards, and then I can slot in a power card for my friend borrow. Or if I want to try multiple different wit cards, I can do that. If I want to take a different speed card, I can do that. Having the unlocked borrow slot allows for so many different things, and it is going to be very important in the future depending on how you want to make your pull plan. And so the biggest thing that the unlocked borrow slot allows you to do is see the game's different deck building aspects and the flexibility. So now I could take a Seiyun Sky Wit card. I could take a nice Nature Wit card. If I wanted to kind of switch up my deck a little bit, maybe I have a character with different growth stats, then I could take a power card, or I could take a MLB Super Creek, or I could take whatever I want. That flexibility enables the fluidity of the game, which to me feels like that is how it's supposed to be played. Having the MLB SSRs enables you to raise your floor, so that way you're consistently hitting 1200 speed. Maybe you're consistently hitting whatever stamina, power, wit benchmarks that you want to go after. The other thing that this does is, now that you have these MLB SSRs, let's just say like up here is the ultimate maximum highest roll that you could possibly get. Now you're hitting, let's say on a high roll, you're hitting around here, because we're not going to say that every run is going to be Omega Generational Luck run. Okay. But then let's say before you hit these SSR cards, maybe you're like way down here, and way down here is like 1200 speed, like maximum. And then like maybe I barely get to my stamina. Maybe I miss my stamina. Maybe I miss whatever marks, right? Increasing your SSR cards slowly builds you up, so that way you're getting to a higher ceiling and your floor is raised, so that way you're consistently hitting 1200 speed, and now you're going and building yourself up further on the other stats. So that's what the unlocked borrow slot allows you to do, and why support cards are so important in the game. Now, for future scenarios, I think it's either scenario 4 and beyond or 5 and beyond, where we're going to look to use the scenario card every single time. Now, there are two routes that you could take. For me, I'm going to be going with the first route. And this is where I allow myself to lock this slot to the scenario card. Now, whatever scenario card it is, I'm just going to let the whales keep the lights on at Side Games and get every single new scenario card, and I'm gonna be okay with that. If I take this route, that means I have to worry about 5 of these cards. Thankfully, we can look at what is coming up in the future and create a pull plan, and I'll show you how to do all that later. But if I'm going to fill these 5 slots, that means I want to get myself the best chance possible. So what would that look like? Let's just say at the recording of this video, it would look something like, depending, having 2 to 3 speed cards, depending on your growth rates. And then Rico already covers, it's basically a stamina card. Let's say I've got the sparks to cover me. So now I can either take another wit card, which would be here. And then let's just say if I need the stamina, then I can take like Cafe. So now I can take something like this. It's going to get me to my 1200 very easily. The stamina with the stamina sparks or power sparks will do me good on my stamina. And then I can have extra wit getting hit later. If I need to switch it up, that's fine. But now that scenario card will always be there. So as the game progresses and as the metas change and as we get stronger cards, maybe this gets changed out for a guts card, whatever random guts card. Maybe this gets changed out for a wit card, whatever random wit card. And then maybe we go to a point in time where we're running one of every type. Oh, well, I guess that's what I mean. But you know what I mean, one of every type, whatever. So this would be the scenario in which I let that one stay locked to my scenario card slot for my borrow. And then I just go ahead and pick up everything else. On the flip side, this is going to take a little bit more precision and a little bit more planning if you decide to go this second route, which is I'm going to pull for the scenario card every single scenario. Of course, there may be times where they need to be MLB'd to function to the best of their capabilities. Maybe it's going to have to be the SSR and not the rare. I don't know. I've not played JP. But let's just go ahead and just theory craft a little bit here. So if you are going to pull the scenario card every single new scenario, and then you say, okay, I'm going to lock my borrow slot to this OP card. Obviously, there's going to be multiple OP cards. So now you're going to say, okay, well, now I need to pull for Pitasan Black. And then maybe I need to make sure that I get MLB Super Creep. And then maybe, let's just say, I need to get Fine Motion. And then maybe I need to get the SSR Speed Tachyon, okay? And then that will enable me to keep this borrow slot locked to whatever crazy wit card, or whatever guts card, or whatever power card. Well, now you're going to have to plan around and say, okay, this is where this card is at. The next scenario card is here. What card is going to lose its value? So maybe it's this random card here. Okay, do I have time to pull for that and then still get the next scenario card? Or does this upcoming OP card now move to the borrow slot because I got to pull the scenario card? And you see how kind of like convoluted it is? That's what I mean by it takes a lot more planning and a lot more carefulness if you go this route compared to, hey, I got these OP cards. Maybe this is for front runners. Maybe this is for late surgers. I need these pace cards. All right, cool. I got these ones. Scenarios, my borrow slot, always scenario card. Done. To me, it just feels so much easier to go that way. And now that we've gone through all of these different things so that you can see different kind of viewpoints of where we want to kind of get ready to go next, how do we get there? Great question. First, Gametora. We're going to go to database and we're going to click on Gotcha. That will lead us to this page. And we're going to scroll down to support cards. We're going to move to JP. And as of the recording of this video, we are in this area right here. Saiyan Sky, Yaina Muteki, and Tamamo Cross Zeno Rob Roy. So you could do a couple different things. You can scroll up, and then you can go to 2022, and then you can go through all of these yourself and say, hey, I like this. This looks like what I want. This looks like what I need. You could do it on your own. That'd be great. Not gonna hate on that. You could also join different communities, whether it be mine or somebody else's, get together with your friends, theory craft your way through it, whatever the case may be. Making a pull plan will save you so much time and so many carrots, because now you're not going through and just spending a random 1500 here, spending a random 9,000 here, trying to go after this, trying to go after that. Because then when it comes time to turn around and say, hey, I need to spend 30K, I need to spend 60K because I need to get this MLB, then you're just randomly missing it because you kind of threw it a little bit of everywhere, just everywhere. You know, so having that pull plan, whether it's made one way or another, helps you out tremendously, saves you a lot of headache, saves you a lot of potentially IRL money, or enables you to save those carrots starting as soon as possible. Now, with that being said, we are in this area here. The first banner that you should be pulling for, whether you have a lot of saved up carrots, or whether you plan to whale, or whether you plan to reroll, is this banner right here. If you're going to start putting this plan into motion, it would start with Kitasan Black. For the 99.98% of player base, is going to be starting with Kitasan Black. And then from there on, you're going to build and kind of change as the meta changes, because it's not always going to be a 3-speed deck and then fill in the rest. It's not always going to be that. We're going to have, I know based on the conversations I've seen and had in my Discord, we'll move to a point to where we're using like a bunch of wit cards. We'll move to a point to where we use one of every type. We're going to move to so many different varieties of deck builds that having a community may be very helpful. But if you want to go and tackle it yourself, by all means, that's part of the fun of the game. And quick note, if you do want to like look at these cards a little bit faster, you can hover this, and then on the open the details page, if you mouse wheel click it, it'll open up a new tab, so that way you can turn around and be like, oh hey, I can go through this really quick. And then if you want to close this, you just mouse wheel click the tab, and then it just like gets rid of it. I know somebody had made mentions like, hey, I didn't know that in one of my past videos, so I just want to make mentions one more time, just in case it might help somebody here. But unlocking your borrow slot, enabling yourself to have a solid foundation, to me, has been such a crazy thing in the game. Made the game feel so completely different, and made it just feel like I'm actually playing the game. Let me know, what are your thoughts on this? Do you feel like having a locked borrow slot is a big constraint? Is yours locked, or is it unlocked? Do you plan on making a pull plan? Do you have one that enables you to unlock it? All these different things. It's a big discussion video, and I'm very curious to see, how are y'all feeling? I feel like a majority is waiting on the Kitasan Black rerun banner, so that way you can turn around and experience this. And let me tell you now, being in that locked borrow slot and then going to the unlocked, it feels so good. It feels so good, man. It's so much fun. I cannot wait for y'all to experience it. If you are already experiencing it, let me know down in the comment sections below. I love to read all the comments for these discussion videos, man. It's so super fun, so super cool for me. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, as that helps me out a lot, and it lets you see more Umamusume, Chaos Zero Nightmare, and any other games that I may be playing in the future. Here is a massive shout out to my current channel members. Thank y'all so much for the continued support. It means the world to me. And if you'd like to be a channel member as well, you could do so by clicking the join button down below. And last but not least, please be sure to share this video with your friends, with your family, and with your friends' family, so that way we can turn around and learn about the importance of unlocking our borrow slot and making sure we take the right steps to getting to that point. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!